the immortal snail theory or question or yeah. So in this thing, the snail be immoral, but you also immoral, and if the snail touched you, you die, and you no longer be immoral. So the questions that many ponder about this amazing theory about snails and immortality and yeah. So basically, the snail always chases you down, but you're immortal. So basically, you gotta keep moving because the snail he'd be moving, and in the short you gotta just the snail he follow you, and if he touches you, you die. You're no longer immortal. So some of the amazing questions about this have arisen, and after pondering these many different ideas, I have come up with some things. First of all, the snail always knows where you are, but like this snail himself, who knows where you are all the time, does he have other thoughts? Can the snail have an existential crisis? Can the snail have thoughts of like, hey, I want McDonald's or something like that? But this immortal snail, he if he if you have know where the guy is, does the snail do you know where the snail is? Probably not. I don't think I didn't do any research on the snail theory except for like yeah. But with immortal snail and yeah, but this snail, if he has competent thought, does he want to chase you? And does he die if he touches you? Or is he just stuck in the crisis of being immortal, which isn't immortality like a curse in itself, though? Like seeing those around you die? How would that feel for a snail? He'd be like, oh, I'm a snail, you know? But isn't the real question of a lifetime the snail, can you become friends with this snail? That's the true and real question of this entire situation. You can't be total bros. You can't like fist bump. You can't give kisses goodnight. But this snail, can you become bros with him? I mean, maybe if he's got that competento thought. The snail and you need to become friends, but you can't touch because then you die, and the snail might die. But that's not said. But also with the snail, and competent thoughts, going back to the first situation of competent thought for a snail like being, what does he want to chase you? I mean, like, he's got a life to live, you know? He can't just be chasing some doofus from, I don't know, um, um, Texas. He could be chasing this doofus. He's got snail problems. He's got to support his family of other snails. And does the snail exist before he immortal? Before you pick the I don't know, like let's say it's a button. He's like, boom, I'm immortal, but the snail touched me, I die, and he knows where I am. But does the snail just like pop into being in like I don't know, like South Africa or something? Or is it just some random snail that like achieves um idea and like he becomes the real snail and like he's like whoa, I gotta follow this guy and touch him. That sounds wrong, but it's a snail, so it's not, so and the snail is just he just wants to like if he bumps into you, you die. So the snail just got to give up his old life, or he just becomes into the being. But with the being in the snail, is that this snail, he is just like what how do you stop the snail? Can you like it's like haha he there's a snail right there. He's coming right towards me. Oh wait, he trying to kill me. So if you get like a cardboard box and you just walk into there because he's a snail, he's kind of dumb. He's a little dumbass. But the snail, if you get him in the box, you just close the box, you just give it to like a friend, like, hey, don't let the snail out of the box. You don't gotta feed him. He won't die. But like, and then they just put him on a shelf. and then like let's say the universe like explodes because you live a really long time, and like you get launched off into space or something, and the snail gets launched the other direction, like you never get back, man. Like the snail and you never gonna touch. You just doomed. So like, what if the snail can go through stuff? Like you put him in the cardboard box, and he just like walks through the cardboard box, like just like rams into it, just goes like kaplooey, and then the box just has like a snail shaped opening, like in an old ass cartoon or something. But like the snail and he the snail and he go through stuff. Well, what can and can't he go through? I mean, like if he can go through cardboard, can he go through like I don't know, like a table? If you like knock over a table, or would he climb over it? If the snail can think and he has ideas and stuff, he can just go over, because like they sticky, right? Unless they on salt. Would salt stop him? Because like, is it salt? Like you put that down, and then the snail like he walk and you're like, damn, I'm on salt, and then he dies, or whatever. Do like they disintegrate on salts or something? But like, how much of the snail needs to live? Because if you're immortal and you get your arm cut off, it ain't coming back, Unless you like immortal, like limbs regrow and you can't get like cancer or something. Could you get cancer if you're immortal? Can the snail get cancer? Like snail cancer? Can regular snails get cancer? Like like a cancer diagnosis for a snail? That would just suck. You got like a snail life, but like snails. Wait a minute. What if there's like a snail cancer makes like snail breaking bad makes like snail meth? Would that just be like regular meth, or can snails have meth? That's a very mind blowing question. But back to the snail and the stuff. Can you like we get a friend, probably can't touch him yourself. What if you like cut the snail in half? Is each half gonna chase you, or like is the half with his brain just gonna go wee and like go against you, or is it the other half? What defines the snail? What defines you? So if you get like your head cut off, is your body, and when you're immortal, if you get your head cut off, is your head alive or is the body alive or is it both? Are you like that one guy who like regenerates arms and stuff? He's like wears red or something, or are you like that? Does it just says you're immortal? Like you can't die from like death, but like so if you can regrow limbs and stuff when you're immortal, in this idea, can the snail as well? Like if the if the snail can if the snail can regenerate limbs, would it be like SpongeBob and it regenerates like another SpongeBob, or the Family Guy episode where they make evil Peter like Retap? He's like opposite. He's evil, but like because like he gets his arm cut off and regenerates it. Could you do that? Could you make like another you if you cut off your arm and you're immortal? Like, not really immortal. Like immortal as you can't die from anything, instead of just dying from like death. But if you're immortal, can you just get like regular cancer? Could you? I mean, if you're immortal, you get like sick and stuff. You get like, dang, I got smallpox, but you ain't gonna die because you're immortal. But if you got like polio, it'd kind of suck to be immortal. Well, I mean, it's not like the 1940s, so you probably can't get polio anymore. But like, can the snail get polio? I don't know. Yeah, you could just like what I you could just like, what if you could like, are you immune to like lobotomies and stuff if you're immortal? Can you just give like a snail lobotomy and boom, he just like kind of just laying there because he can't die, but like doesn't have any brain function, you know? So that's the solution. That's the solution to the snail problem, man. You just give the snail a lobotomy, and you just kind of grab him with a glove, and you're like, huh. And then you just kind of like keep him on you in case you like one day you're like, dang, immortality sucks. You just touch him and you go, you know? But like, what if, and then what if the snail like fakes it? Though, like the snail, if he's intelligent, he like fakes it, you'd be screwed, dude. But overall, though, the snail theory is very fascinating. And the real question is, what if the real immortal snail question was the friends we made along the way?